Stevie, you knew I was going to throw something in there about the Dallas Cowboys and that big win. Philly, baby.
Yeah, man. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. It's weird because I'm in an industry now in which I'm making up for 21 years of having to work all the holidays. I know pharma, I had some time off, but man, it's just weird. I feel almost guilty having this time off, so to speak.
Yeah, I hear you, man. It's different. Corporate world and Austin tend to shut it down kind of after that second week of December.
It's a beautiful thing, and I hope and wish that everybody gets to experience some extended time off.
Yeah.
And speaking of, man, before we get rolling, man, I got to pull up a photo, man. This was from Christmas Day of, how we all spent our Christmases, if you will. You and your beautiful family, and we're going to get a little peek into how we all spent it. And here we go, man. And I want to go ahead and take a guess at how you spent this. This is Stevie Lee and his family. I want to say that's in Johnson City. Is that correct?
It is. It is at the Purdue Electric Company.
Man, how was it? Because was it crowded or what was it like?
It wasn't very crowded. But we went out there expecting. So I went out there hungry, expecting vendors. Right. I wanted vendors. I wanted the kettle corn because we've been out there years before pandemic. I wanted hot dogs or some nachos or something because I thought they had food trucks and things out there, but it wasn't many food trucks.
No,
it was kind of disappointing in that part. It was still pretty and a lot of fun walking around and things like that.
Yeah,
I like bundling up and walking.
Yeah.
But then we walked down through the town square and all that stuff, but none of the restaurants were open. So a lot of people missed the boat on that one, man. I was ready to spend money and get a full belly, but I had to leave and actually get something.
Man,
we stopped at a bar there and had coffee, and I said, "Can you put some whiskey in my coffee?" They're like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Yes, liquor me up, man. Come on,
liquor Stevie Lee up, baby."
Yeah,
that's so. All of you vendors, food vendors, coffee vendors, booze vendors, call Johnson City and plan for 2023.
Get you a spot out there, man. I had a pocket full of cash, ready to because thinking that everyone would have to take cash.
Yeah.
There was one kettle corn place out there, and that was it. So
that's shocking.
Yeah, it was. We've been before with the kids when they were really, really little, and this is the first time us going back out there. As they're teenagers now.
Yeah,
and it was really pretty. We could see the pictures that we took, but I was hungry. I was ready to eat.
Well, I have a feeling now because we'll have to push this out, this part right here, man. It'll be a money-making venture for some vendors in Austin, Texas, and maybe San Antonio as well.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Johnson City next year.
Go up there and get a maybe Stories Inside the Man Cave, get a booth out there, and we shoot a show in Johnson City.
Well, hey, right there by the trees, right there.
We would love to have a beer sponsor just come out there.
Yes, and there's plenty of whiskey and vodka opportunities.
Yeah, it's the hill country now, man. Everything's out there, and wine.
Well, we will serve wine. Just get us TABC. Guide us through the process. Yeah. We'll get the license, and we'll set up a table if we have an old card table with a tablecloth on it with our Stories Inside the Man Cave logos on here.
Absolutely,
we'll get it right. Man, mine was low key. I spent it. It's a good one. Mama C there on the far right. She's been through a hell of a year health wise, but she got to spend it at home, and there she is, man. She's about to embark upon her 80th year.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Man, but that's her at home, man. It was good to see and grilled out for her. So that was a good time right there.
No matter what health issues she went through this year, she got that makeup on, though.
Boy, she sure did. She's over there. Got her Bumble profile ready to go.
Absolutely, man.
Oh, man. Good Christmas time, man. There's never a bad Christmas story.
No
unless
question.
you're watching Christmas Vacation, of course. So the reason why, and we'll get the main reason, this is going to be a quick episode because of the week we're entering here, but the Dallas Cowboys beat the Eagles, and I know they had their backup quarterback in, but Eagles fans, listen up. Enough of the criticism. Dallas almost beat you guys earlier this year with Cooper Rush as the Dallas Cowboys quarterback.
That's true. That's true. Well, I watched that game.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you that the Eagles are the truth.
They're legit.
Now, halfway through the season, I said that the Cowboys are the truth.
Yeah.
All right. So, what you put out on the field is not what you get right now, right? Like you got to keep getting better. Keep getting better throughout the year. And so I don't know if the Cowboys are getting as good as the Eagles are getting, because the road through the Super Bowl is going to probably go through either one of them.
I'm all for an NFC championship game, Dallas and Philly. Man, oh my God. But I don't want to play in Philly.
I was going to say Philly got home field right now, right?
It's by 2 games.
By 2 games? Yeah. So it's most likely going to be up there.
It really is. And before we get moving and shaking here, give a shout out to our guys at Hargrove Roofing. They have supported us from day one, this idea. And they are the Hargrove family, man. They are sharing the post and everything. And I can't do it as much justice as Stevie Lee does the slogan, Hargrove Roofing.
Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Alamo Bowl week. I know it's a tier 2 game, Stevie, but this is a hell of a matchup. Number 13, Washington. Number 20, Texas. Man, I don't know who to pick in this game yet.
Oh, wow. I mean, I'm going with Texas. But
I'm pulling for Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good matchup, man. Welcome to Texas, Washington. We'll see what happens. The Huskies coming in. It's not our first time playing. I played them when I was
Holiday Bowl, right?
Yeah, it was Holiday Bowl. Yeah, over in what was it, San Diego?
Right.
Yeah. So, but no, man, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be fun. Indoors, so we don't have to worry about weather.
That's a great thing.
Yeah. But the Alamo Dome is always fun to play in. It gets loud in there. So last time I was in the Alamo Dome was Coach Brown's last game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, last game coaching. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
Pac-12 versus Big 12, and the key here, I think, is the Texas defense. That is your expertise, being a former defensive lineman. I really feel, because I know DeMarvion, he won't be playing.
Right.
But we're going to break down this defense. But first, I want us to hear from PK, the Texas defensive coordinator, about this Washington team, a program that he once coached as the defensive coordinator.
I know a lot of those guys, recruited a lot of those guys, and obviously have a history with Washington. And their offense, it starts with that quarterback. Penix is an outstanding quarterback, very accurate. O-line does a good job of keeping him clean. And they have 3 really good wide receivers that he can distribute the ball to. And so we got a huge challenge in front of us, for sure. I know the guys are excited about it.
See, that quarterback, and he transferred from Indiana. I mean, this kid, again, he was facing Pac-12 defenses, but this is, I think this guy is going to pose some problems. But
Think so.
what do you think is the key to getting back to Penix?
Well, throwing a couple of different fronts at the O-line, right? So a good quarterback, he's a junior, so a good quarterback can't step in the throws. You got people around your feet and around your ankles, right? So getting back there to him, beating people at the line of scrimmage, sending some different packages to him, and just being a disruptor in the backfield, you know? So that's how you stop him. I think I don't know, but see, you know, our DBs have had problems holding for a while, right? But we just got to get to the quarterback. That's going to be key. So I think we beat the quarterback with our front and not our DBs.
And linebacker play. I think is. What do you think? I mean, obviously he's mobile, but he's not a true dual threat quarterback. From what I understand, he can move.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, what do you disguise a lot of blitzes? Do you draw a lot of
I think you throw a lot of different blitzes at them.
Yeah.
Obviously, they haven't seen a big line and linebackers like us in the Pac-12.
Right.
You know, so that's going to be sticker shock for them right there. So we're just big, you know, and quick, fairly quick. So getting after him, you know, hopefully we got some good conditioning through this month of being off.
I hope so.
Yeah, but we got to put pressure on him. You can't just let them sit back there and pick our DBs apart.
You know, one guy we've talked about a lot, and that's Snacks, Keandre Coburn. You know, he came back this year, and I know it's basically, and you've been through it before you get the evaluation of why you come back, what you can do by coming back as far as your NFL draft stock. And it was all about defense yesterday, the defensive conversations and interviews, and Snacks basically told us his why for 2022.
I mean, we here. Why not? It's another opportunity to have competition and go against somebody else. I mean, Coach Davis preached to D-line saying that in NFL you play 17 weeks. I mean, we only play 12 weeks, and so why not play another week? What is it going to do to us, you know, just to go out there with my brothers and grind? I mean, we dominated, I feel like, all year. I love these dudes up here. I mean, just for Texas, I mean, it's just another opportunity for us to just showcase our skills and just showcase our skills against somebody else. I mean, it's a different conference. I mean, Pac-12, so why not just go play and have fun?
I mean, you've got to like that response, because he could have easily just sat out the game and worried about his NFL stock, if, you know, whatever that may be right now.
Yeah, good for him. That's his choice to do that. I get it either way, you know. If you choose to sit out, I get it. If you choose to play, I also get it. That's good. Good for him. But me as I'm a players guy, you know. I'm always on the side whatever the players need to do and give them the support to do whatever they need to do. So if he chose to play, good on him. That's good.
Now, one guy that you and I have talked a lot about, and I'm a huge fan of this guy because of the level of development that he has experienced, number 41, Jalen Ford. When asked about his future at Texas and in the NFL, I'll just say this. You read between the lines here. We've been through these. You can read people's body language. We knew Bijan was gone. We knew others, Roshan, not even contesting for an extra year, or DeMarvion, that you got to go when the iron is hot, so to speak. But for Jalen, tell me what you think about his body language when he was asked about his future.
Kind of just, you know, keeping my head where my feet are. I think is just my main focus right now. And then we'll just go from there.
I mean, that's the right answer. That's the right answer if we're going to analyze people's answers.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep your head where your feet are. I think you can only do that. But yeah, man. I'm not an NFL evaluator. I don't know what the needs are in the NFL, but I think that kid just need one more year, man. For me, I think he needs one more year. He may do something third, fourth round right now, but come back another year and be first, second round if you show us, put some more stuff on film,
Yeah.
and show improvement, So he's good. He's good. He's
Yeah.
good. Don't get me wrong. He's going to make money if he goes this year or next year. But for me, I think to be great coming out, maximize your money coming out, go for it, show some improve this year or this next year, and then go for it.
Yeah, I'm all on board on that. And we have plenty of examples. If you want to go back 10, 20 years of guys who on the defensive side of the ball who have come back and they made, that was a great decision. Now, totally like you, players guy, you see it, it's their livelihood. It's a career you're building for. You want to maximize earning potential. But I think for him, I think I'm with you. He could benefit another year, and for him to play this game, I respect that either way. But I'm with you. There's a growth between a significant growth. He could bounce up around in the NFL draft by benefiting from another year at Texas, and that's
right.
So defensively, you feel good about them against Washington.
I feel okay if we get the right schemes in there. It's up to PK to put in the right schemes up front with the linebackers. Yeah.
I'm curious. I really think this is going to be a fun matchup, and they're going to be down a quarterback. Texas will be. We knew it was coming, and we I think everyone is celebrating it because they wanted to see the guy succeed wherever. The former Lake Travis Cavalier, that being Hudson Card, he's a Boilermaker now. Purdue, baby.
Good for him, man. Good for him. Well, best of luck to that kid, man. Best of luck. So that means Malik is our second.
Yeah.
I
can't wait to see what he can do.
You think they're going to play him?
I'm with, you know what, man? I'm going to go back to what you said. This is an audition. This is like springboarding for the spring and preparing for 2023. All these bowl games are even if it's a CFP. Well, no, not so much CFP. You got to go with your guys that got you there. I think you're going to see some reps because I think the quarterback competition, Sark said he's going to open it up again. I think you're going to see majority Quinn. It would not shock me if they give a series or two to Malik.
Yeah.
Why not?
I
mean, the only thing this is a big incentive to get a 9-win season, your first one since 2018. I get that.
Yeah.
But you also got to get some guys ready for next year.
Yeah.
I mean, am I looking too much into this or being too optimistic?
No, you're spot on. I think that if you're not going to burn his red shirt by playing him, which I heard that you don't. He still takes a red shirt this year. If he plays, you got to give him some game experience just so he can see how fast the game is and actually playing with live bullets. You know what I mean?
It's totally different than practice.
Yeah, no question. It's totally different. It's totally different when you got the red jersey on and the guys can't hit you.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So sitting back there in the pocket and actually standing up and making a play down the field is different if you can do that during the game. And, he may be a gamer, right? Play much better in the game than he would in practice. So that may work,
I think it will. And so we'll be down there. Tess and I are going to do a live podcast in San Antonio Thursday early afternoon. The game's at 8 o'clock. Are you going to be down there?
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
Nah.
Man, we were going to have Big Stevie on if he was going to make it. But sometime between 1 and 2:30 p.m. Thursday, Tuesdays with Tess will shift to Thursday.
Okay.
So we're going to have that. The holiday week is just really throwing everything off for good reason.
Absolutely.
For good reason. So to wrap up the Alamo Bowl talk, I'll say mine first. I'm looking forward to seeing what Jonathan Brooks can do as the running back. What are you looking forward to the most in this game?
I really am looking forward to the defense.
Yeah.
But you're right. We got to see what our running backs can do. It's a preview of what the running backs can and going to do for next year. We got a couple good ones coming in too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so we got a stable of running backs, and if Coach Shark can actually try to run 2-back sets, and swinging some people out of the backfield, just trying to throw a wrench in it, because you know what, in college football I haven't seen that much,
No.
but football works in trends, right?
Yeah.
So if we get back to a 2-back set, play action and things like that, man, we can probably do some things if we got some really good backs back there.
It's going to be interesting.
And some receivers streaking down the field, because the O-line is only going to get better. These guys were young, very young. And as they get older, they're going to start mauling people off the ball.
It's going to be brutal. Brutal in the most positive way.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Torrey Beckton will get them in the weight room, and that's where you win your games, in the trenches like that, man. So if we can get those guys' feet together and get them strong and can dig anybody off their line of scrimmage, a cool 2-back set with play action every now and then, that might work out.
Yeah, throw him off and give him the quarterback some more protection.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You mentioned Sark and the early signing period. The OG signing periods for this level, upper Power 5, is kids who either weren't real sure, but the bulk of your signees occur as they have this past Wednesday. And this was Sark breaking down the early recruiting class of Texas.
We felt like we needed to really solidify the linebacker position, and I thought we did that really well in this class. I thought we, recruited 2 really good runners, got a quarterback, got 2 good receivers, got 3 really good DBs, got big up front on the O&D line again, got 2 good tight ends. And so from a balance standpoint, I thought the class definitely did that. But in the end, it's a really good class, one that we're proud of. And one that we think we're bringing in a lot of players that are winners.
That's good. You need winners.
And what he means by that, Stevie, a lot of these guys, whether it be here in Texas, California, wherever these guys, they played for state championships, a lot of them.
That's what you need. That's exactly what you need, man. I'm glad he said that. We've had some guys come in here that weren't winners in their programs back at home. And so that's something that you can't teach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be a winner in your program at home. I went 60-0 in high school.
Big difference.
And so, and then, most of the guys on my team played in the championship games and things like that. So that's the DNA that's in your team, if they're winners or not. Everything else can be coached, but you can't coach winners, right? So I'm glad he said that. That actually makes me feel really good for saying that. Yeah.
And I like it. What I liked about it wasn't Sark's very organic, up front, doesn't toe the line. But what I liked about that, and maybe I'm analyzing this too much, not worried about someone's feelings by saying, "Oh, you're not a winner. Oh, I'm not a winner."
Yeah.
People can misconstrue it. You just calling it like it is, It's if you're going to go back, God, man, I came from a perennial losing program here in Austin. Yeah. But I get it, man. It does change the DNA of what you surround you. You are the sum of the 5 people you're around a lot, and I think that applies to teammates too.
Yep, absolutely. Got to be a winner.
Hey, Stevie, want to take a quick break, and when we come back, man, I've got a pretty special video that I thought that I can't wait. It had to do with the New England Patriots.
Okay.
Mr. Kraft, the owner, really honored a guy who deserved it, a fan who took a lot of shit by a redneck fan, if you will. And that's coming up after this break.
Hi, I'm Stevie Lee, former defensive tackle for the University of Texas.
And I'm Clyde Hargrove. I'm a roofer.
I also saw action in 52 games.
And I fix a lot of roofs.
Also won a Rose Bowl and never lost to A&M.
And I fix a lot of roofs, right, Stevie?
Oh, right. I'm sorry, I zoned out a little bit.
So are you going to say that thing about Hargrove Roofing?
Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
Is this even going to work as a commercial?
How are you, man? How are you? Good to see you. I'll tell you, what you did was so classy. And you represent what our whole franchise is about. Building bridges. Yeah, but that's got your
Got my name on it.
name and yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, maybe you stay with it. So I got another, you know what? How about you guys, it's kind of cold. How about if you come to our suite and watch the game there?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
How about that, man?
That's
That
good
was-
stuff, man.
Did-
Well, that guy's demeanor talking to Robert Kraft was the same demeanor that he had in the stands. Like, okay, whatever. All right. I'll come to your box.
Yeah, I'll come to your box. Very calm, cool, collected.
Yeah, he's even keel across the board. I like it.
How would you describe that Raiders fan, what she was doing? I mean, obviously she was under the influence, if you will.
Yeah.
But what he endured, I didn't get it. Basically, that was his first NFL game to go to as a fan. Had a Patriots jersey on.
Uh-huh.
And this woman, a wife or significant other of a male Raiders fan in Las Vegas, just ripping into that guy all game, and the power of social media in the most positive way.
Yeah.
Just documented it all, outed her, and look what happened.
Yeah.
A positive
That's good
result.
stuff. I have no idea what that woman was going through, man. They probably need to stop serving her when she walked in the stadium. Yeah.
That was
But
bad.
I don't know what I would have done in that situation, man. I probably would have gotten an usher and just had them escort her out, or me going to find another seat, But it was ridiculous.
It was out of control. But we know what happens at other stadiums.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, across the country.
Well, we also know Raiders fans are Raiders fans.
Excellent point.
Yeah.
New stadium, same fan.
Yeah. Same fans. Same fans.
Hey, we've got to kind of talk about it because last Friday at about 5:00, a news dump involving Chris Beard, his fiance, and instead of posting this statement, I figured we just touch on it, kind of go through it briefly, and I'll just say this: his fiance released a statement saying that she had no intentions of all of this. She did not want him arrested. That things just, to me, how I read it was, and I don't even know if this is the truth because none of us know the truth.
What were you expecting to happen if you called 911? And then twice. Why? I now have more questions, So
I do too.
But hopefully everything works out, man. I don't want, if he did it, and we need to deal with it. But
move on.
Also, I don't want to. I want due process to handle itself, and the scales of justice be unbalanced or be balanced.
Correct.
So,
Let's make the right decision.
Yeah.
I know we want to say let's move swiftly with this, but I think I think that it's probably would be better for Texas as an athletic program and the school, to be honest, to get this over with as soon as possible. Because there's going to be fallback on regardless of what decision is made. This is the statement right here, and I'll read it to you. From his fiancée, Chris and I are deeply saddened that we have brought negative attention upon our family, friends, and the University of Texas, among others. As Chris's fiancée and biggest supporter, I apologize for the role I played in this unfortunate event. I realize that my frustration when breaking his glasses initiated a physical struggle between Chris and myself. Chris did not strangle me, and I told that to the law enforcement that evening. Chris has stated that he was acting in self-defense, and I do not refute that. I do not believe Chris was trying to intentionally harm me in any way. It was never my intent to have him arrested or prosecuted. We appreciate everyone's support and prayers during this difficult time.
She's putting out that statement there, the DA should be able to drop charges if she's putting out the statement. Like there's nothing else that he or she can do.
Right.
The victim, quote unquote, is just told you that he did not strangle her.
Yeah.
He said that in the statement, right?
She did, yeah. And that one, one that was released this past Friday. Yep.
She said that. So I don't know where you go from there.
I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to vilify either side. It's just because we're in a society that it's guilty until proven innocent. The complete opposite of the way the system's supposed to be.
Right.
And with social media, you've got divisions.
Yeah.
And I think you and I are on the same page in that there's not enough information. All I can say is that let's figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
The longer this goes, the worse it gets, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. But Chris Del Conte has a choice to make.
Yep.
If the DA drops everything, then it's like one of those cartoons where everybody just look over at Chris Del Conte and just see what he's going to do,
Right.
Like we're dropping all charges and then you go, so that's going to be interesting on what he wants to do or what he's going to do, because he actually can still fire him.
Yeah.
For behavior detrimental to the program and stuff like that. So, if due process is going through and he gets off or proven innocent on all charges, there's still a kind of a black eye on the program.
Yeah,
PR.
And
When we go back up to Texas Tech, there's going to be signs, and all that stuff up there, and do we want that?
All road games in the Big 12 are going to be brutal.
So
regardless.
Yeah. But Texas Tech is worse,
Oh, they are. And, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're going to find out something next week, the first week of the new year. And speaking of New Year's Eve, man, what's a Stevie and Summer Lee New Year's Eve look like?
This year, man, years past, we would go out of town, hang out with friends in Dallas or Houston or things like that. Man, the last couple of years, we've been low key because of COVID, one, but, I'm getting too old, bro. So we're going to have a laid back, kickback. We're going to our friend Roderick McElroy.
Man, how's he doing?
He's doing great. He and his family are doing great. He has a brand new baby. I think they invited us because they invited my daughter, or they hired my daughter to babysit. So we're like, well, we got to invite the mom and dad now. So my daughter's going over to babysit at their place, and all the adults will be downstairs celebrating New Year's. So
I love it, man. It brings back memories when I was a kid. Friends like that, friends of the family.
No, they're good people. They invited us, and then they asked my daughter to babysit, and we weren't doing anything, so we're going to do that.
I love it. I love it.
We have a church service also, so we're going to go to church service at like 6:30, and then after that, we'll go hang out with the McElroys.
For those wondering who Roderick McElroy, pretty good linebacker from East Texas, played for Texas. I loved watching him play. Tough guy. Play with heart.
Yeah, played a couple years in the NFL, and he had a passion for football. Man, you can tell the way he played on the field. He threw his body around.
He needs some chiropractor and some therapy, and he probably needs therapy right now after the way he played. Oh my God! Hey, another former Longhorn linebacker. He and his wife Brittany are the subject of the TikTok of the week. They got involved in the old Tortilla challenge. Hilarious, absolutely hilarious. This is the edited version, by the way.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's funny stuff, man.
He used to deliver some big-time hits for several years. One of the greats to ever play in the NFL. He can't take being hit by a tortilla.
Yeah, man. That's funny. Brittany and Derek, good people, man. Good friends of ours. So, good people. That's hilarious. Next time we get together, we probably play it all together. So,
oh my God, I can see you spitting that water across the room, man.
I probably wouldn't make it, man. It's probably the first smack. I'm done, man. It's funny. It's hilarious. I love seeing it.
I tell you what, man, they're one couple that a lot of people probably admire.
Yeah.
How playful they are. And, that was all out of fun and games, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's a fun game. You look up Tortilla Challenge across the good thing about the internet or social media, man, the tortilla, there's a lot of couples who play it, and it's always the wife winning the challenge.
Yeah.
It's her opportunity to get a shot in her too.
Hey, man, tell me something good.
Stevie Lee, there's always a lot of good when you're on the show here, when we get to talk with you, and then we're closing out the year 2022. There's always two ways, as you mentioned, there's three ways to look at a story: mine, yours, the truth, whatnot. But when you look back at 2022, of course, there were some negatives. But, man, I think we are coming out of this with some positives for individually as we move forward. And I think that may be the catalyst or the trigger for tell me something good.
Absolutely, man. 2022 was a great year. There's ups and downs, wins and losses, but we're still here, and we're on this upward trajectory into 2023, and we're going to just keep it going, man. Positive vibes. Anything bad, negative, leave it in 2022, man. And let's just let's build off of love, friendship, respect. 2023, let's just prosper, keep prospering.
Yeah. And build each other up.
Absolutely, man. It's going to be a great year. I can feel it. It's going to be a great year.
And it all little precursor for 2023 from a sports side may be occurring on the 29th, Thursday in San Antonio. But to add to this, man, life lesson. The negative things that I've learned, and I've known this, but it's solidified this year. There were a lot of negative things, but there were some great things. But the negative things happen for a reason to pivot us to achieve that next great thing in our lives. And it for a lack of better words, those negative things suck at the time.
Yeah.
But man, the mindset, you're putting you through the adversity to boost you up, to set yourself up to be able to handle that next great step in life.
I like it, Shawn.
Man.
Like it. Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Man.
You went through it to learn something, and just take that lesson and keep going.
I think it's a God thing, to be honest with you, if we're
Yeah.
going to be realistic about it.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. For sure, man.
Well, brother, I will probably be texting you from San Antonio, probably overdoing it on the fun and texting you that. And I'll tell you when I come back, but man, happy 2023 to you, Summer, and the girls and your entire family.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for everything. This is the last show for the end of the year?
I think it is.
Well, Happy New Year's, man.
Happy New Year, my brother.
So it's be safe down in San Antonio, but also be safe during New Year Eve.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be fun. Let's just keep taking it up.
Let's go. The only way it goes up. And don't look at that rear view mirror. Just keep looking at that big windshield in front of us.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Hey, for Big Stevie, his family, the great city of Shreveport, Louisiana, and the Hargroves as well. Happy New Year's to all of you guys. And for the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Harge, Big Mike, and Coach Mo, we out.